Yo, what's good, everyone? This is your boy Strictly Gaming, and welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about the SCUF Reflex Pro. I'm going to give my opinion and review on it, but before we even get there, right, drink your water. Make sure you stay hydrated, especially if you drink alcohol. Come on, people. I want you to live a long time. I want you to be healthy. Drink your water. Yes, I'm just saying. Number two, SCUF does not pay for this opinion. No one's ever going to pay for my opinion if you really follow me on Twitter. You already know the deal. But I just want to make sure people know I'm not getting paid by SCUF. I'm not getting paid by no one to make this. I paid for these with my hard-earned money, so I'm going to give you my personal opinion on it. But I did wait to make this video because I wanted to use the SCUF for a little while before, so I can give an honest opinion about it. Not just how it feels, but just, just how I use it in first-person shooters and stuff like that. And I really just wanted to give my personal opinion on it. But with that being said, let's just get into it, people. First of all, I do have two SCUFs. I have the all-white one. And yes, I do have two Control Freaks on my analogs. Don't judge me. This is just how I like to play for my first-person shooters. And I have a steel gray one, which right now is my personal favorite. I also have a royal blue one on the way. It didn't ship yet, but, I can't wait. I couldn't pass up on a royal blue one. Let's just be honest. Royal blue is one of my favorite colors. I wasn't passing up on it. That's just that, right? But number one, the controller itself, it's not super weighty, but it feels really good. Like, it feels like a quality product. If you're a person who just likes products to feel a certain way, like it's top quality, you're definitely going to like this controller. No question. But one of the big things I noticed with this controller was definitely the grips and the triggers. These are the two changes that SCUF made to this controller that's going to make a big difference to gamers, to be honest with you. I'm not going to go over the little things because, honestly, there's not that much to go over in regards to SCUF, but these two changes are definitely worth it. Number one, the grips. You can see the grips in this controller, or hopefully you was able to see it, but it feels really, really good because we know when you're playing first-person shooters and multiplayer games and stuff like that, these matches get sweaty and your hands start to sweat. But when your hands sweat, it doesn't affect your accuracy too much, or if it does, just a very little bit because of these grips. It feels really good, man. And this was such a welcome change by SCUF. But boy, oh boy, the triggers. Look at these triggers. This was a change needed. No question. Because if you use the SCUF Vantage Pro when you was playing Blackout and stuff like that, man, listen. Those things were so cheaply made. It's like you would get a SCUF, you would have the paddles or whatever, and them joints will be broke in like 3 weeks max. Promise they would, especially if you play as much as I do. However, they made the change not from they don't have paddles anymore, but they made a change to these triggers, man, and they feel so good, like, because it's not hard to press, but it's not a thing to where like you'll accidentally press these at the all the time. So I really, really genuinely appreciate this change from SCUF, man. Shout out to SCUF for making this change because that was well needed. In the box, it did come with obviously the instructions, right? It came with a very, very good quality USB cable, may I add, because I'm a man of quality. I do not like cheap USBs. I don't like cheap anything. Definitely USB cables. We all know if you have an iPhone or Android, when you go to TJ Maxx or Target or something, you get one of those little cheap USB cables just to hold you over, and they broke in like 2 weeks. We've all been there. Let's just keep it a buck. So yes, I appreciate the quality of this product, right? And they do have the risers for the analog sticks if you want to use them. Again, I use the Control Freak, so I personally don't really need these. But for people who think that'll help or whatever, or for people who really like the the different analog stick options, they come with them if you want them. But one thing to note is that SCUF, they have 3 different versions of it. They have the Reflex, they have the Reflex Pro, and they have the Reflex Pro FPS. The only really real big difference between the Reflex Pro and the FPS, I want to say the FPS isn't going to have like the haptic feedback or something like that, but it will have the hair triggers. Because if you notice, these controllers don't have their hair triggers. And that does make a difference to a lot of people in the first-person shooter genre who's into it. It definitely makes a big difference for me. But It doesn't have the hair triggers. I don't know why they wouldn't put the hair triggers on the Reflex Pro personally, but yes, it doesn't have the hair triggers. And for people who don't know or don't play those games like that or never had a SCUF, basically it's a little stick. It's a little, not a stick, but it's like a little It stops you from pulling your trigger all the way down, and it stops like halfway. That helps you because you shoot your gun faster because again you don't have to push the trigger all the way down, right? So that is something to note. If you want to wait to get the first person shooter version of it, I believe it comes out Q1 of this year, maybe Q2. I'm not completely sure, but it does come out this year regardless. If you don't want to wait, good luck in getting one because SCUF does send notifications and emails and text messages when they're about to come in stock. And what happens is when they send you that notification, you have to click on a link and it puts you in a queue and it tells you how much time you have left to wait until you're able to purchase, a SCUF. But outside of that, yeah, if it's definitely a lot better than the SCUF Vantage, no question. Again, just the feel of it, the triggers on the back, and of course, just in general the grips, man. It really really helps the quality of the product. But with that being said, man, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like button. It helps me out a ton. I'm usually talking about anything revolved around gaming, different games and stuff like that. So if you're here for that, I do have a lot of that coming in the future. But I'm considering doing some review videos also, man, just because I am a man of quality and I think people will probably appreciate that stuff. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But also hit the subscribe button if you want to see future content from me. But also hit the notification bell if you want to be alerted anytime I do have any content uploaded. But with that being said, everyone, again, drink your water. Happy Saturday. Everyone be safe, man. This your boy Strictly, and I'm out. Deuce.